Sure, sir.
Hi students, how are you all? Am I audible and visible? Yes guys, చెప్పాలమ్మా కనపడుతున్నానా వినపడుతున్నానా చెప్పాలి. Yes, yes sir, we are on live. Hi Manasa, good evening amma. Hi Impact, Supraja, Shivalingam. So to everyone, outer layer, Bhargavi. So ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి వెల్కమ్. సో ఈరోజు మనం స్పెషల్ డిస్కషన్ విత్ మన స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్ ఉన్నారు ఈరోజు సార్ వికాస్ అగర్వాల్ సార్. సో ఫిజిక్స్ ఒక రేంజ్ లో చేస్తారు సార్. సో మీకు ఎటువంటి డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి? చాలా రోజుల నుంచి అడుగుతున్నారు సార్ ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి, జస్ట్ ఓన్లీ 25 days ఉంది, మీ ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎట్లా జరిగింది, 20 days లోనే మేము ఎట్లా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలనేది మీరు చాలా రోజులుగా అడుగుతూ ఉన్నారు. సో నేను నా ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కూడా చెప్తాను. యాజ్ అన్ ఐఐటి మద్రాసు చదువుకున్నాను నేను. సో ఎలా వెళ్ళాను నేననేది నేను చెప్తానని చెప్పాను. బట్ సార్ ఫిజిక్స్ లో ఒక రేంజ్ లో వర్క్ చేస్తారు. సో వేదాంతులో ఎప్పటి నుంచో సారు మన వేదాంతులో ఉన్న ప్రతి ఒక్క మెటీరియల్ కానీ, టెస్ట్ సిరీస్ కానీ, సో మీరు బుక్స్ చూసుకున్నా కానీ ప్రతి బుక్స్ పెద్ద స్థాయిలో ఉన్న బుక్స్ అనేవి కూడా సారే వెనకాల నుండి నడిపించారు. సో సార్ పెద్ద హ్యాండ్ అనమాట సార్ అందులో ఉన్నది. సో కాబట్టి ప్రతి ఒక్క సక్సెస్ వెనకాల ఎవరైతే ఇప్పటిదాకా ఐఐటీస్ కి వెళ్ళిన పిల్లలు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళందరూ సక్సెస్ వెనకాల సో ఆ టెస్ట్ సిరీస్ కానీ, ఆ బుక్స్ కానీ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటిలో పెద్ద హ్యాండ్ మన వికాస్ అగర్వాల్ సార్ ఉంది. సో ఆ సార్ ఒకవేళ మీకు సజెషన్ ఇస్తే మీ లైఫ్ మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఈ 20 days లో చేయబోయే దానికి ఇంకా రెట్టింపు ఛాన్స్ తో చేయగలుగుతారు అన్న మెయిన్ ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ రోజు సార్ ని లైవ్ లోకి తీసుకురావడం జరిగింది. సో ఐ రిక్వెస్టెడ్ సార్ టు కమ్ టు అవర్ ఛానల్ అండ్ డిస్కస్ విత్ యూ అండ్ షేర్ హిస్ వాల్యుబుల్ థాట్స్ రిగార్డింగ్ దిస్ JEE and how to accelerate in this 20 days. So regarding that, I am asking Vikas sir, I am introducing you, Vikas Agarwal sir, and so up to you sir now.
Thank you, Kiran sir, for allowing me to be on this channel and to interact with the students. It's my privilege to be able to do that. So thank you so much. And good evening, students. Welcome to this session. So my name is Vikas Agarwal. I am a physics teacher. And in Vedantu, I look after the topper division, the Eklave division. That is, if you may have heard about Eklave, you will probably be knowing that it's the excellence batch here. Like it is the batch from which we drive many admissions to IITs. Like there are many students who get selected via Eklave into the IITs. So right now I'm here to talk about what your journey should look like in the next 20-25 days. So these are super critical days. These are the days when you would be transforming all the knowledge that you have acquired over the past 2 years into marks. It's imperative that like till now we have been accumulating all the knowledge. So we have now prepared our armory of concepts, and we need to be able to use the right concept at the right time to win the battle and to win the war. All right. So these 25 days will tell you, they will what you do in these 25 days will enable you to actually convert your knowledge into marks, and I'm here to talk about that only. All right. So with that, I think we'll begin this session, sir.
Yes.
So yeah.
సో యాజ్ ఐ టాక్ టు యూ గైస్, ఇంతకుముందు ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, మనం జేఈకి సంబంధించిన మెయిన్ అడ్వాన్స్ కి సంబంధించిన జేఈ యాక్సిలరేటర్ ఏదైతే బుక్ ఉందో ఆ బుక్ తయారు చేయడం వెనక సార్ది మెయిన్ హ్యాండ్ ఉంది. సో సారే మొత్తం చూసుకున్నారు దానికి సంబంధించింది. సో కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు మీకు అది అసలు ఏ విధంగా యూజ్ అవ్వబోతుంది అనేది కూడా సార్ మొత్తం మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారు.
All right. So students, first we should talk about that in these 20-25 days. Okay, what we should be doing. All right. So these 25 days, there are two elements to your preparation that you have to take care. The first element is the consolidation. It's the consolidation of whatever you have learned in the past 2 years. When I say consolidation, what do I mean? I mean that the vast syllabus of physics, of chemistry, of mathematics that you have learned in the past 2 years, you need to remember all that on one given day, and that would be the day of the examination. On that particular day, you are supposed to remember, all right, everything. So how is that going to happen? All right, so this is going to happen by repeated revision. All right, so revision is one thing that will help you to consolidate. All right, and the second aspect is conversion of knowledge into marks. That is your test taking abilities, your test writing abilities. So you need to improve upon that. All right. So these are the two key elements that you need to work upon: consolidation and test taking abilities. Now, to consolidate, what you need to do, you need to revise your short notes. What I'm hopeful that you have prepared your short notes. If not, you can revise through your notes also. Go through your examples again. Whatever examples you have done in class, go through those examples again. And whatever doubts you have come across when you solved any chapter for the first time, you should go through those doubts again. Just read the question, think about the possible solution, and then check whether the actual solution matches with your thinking process or not. All right, and then move on. So all these three steps, revising your notes, going through the examples, and then going through your doubts, this will help you to recollect whatever you have learned in that chapter. All right. And then comes the fourth step, which is to practice on fresh questions and to see whether you are again at the same level, like you are able to manage questions from this particular chapter or not. All right. And it is this fourth step which will actually increase your confidence. It will boost your confidence if you are able to solve questions which have already come in JEE Main examination, which are at par with the questions that will be coming in the actual exam that is going to happen. So if you solve those kind of questions and you are able to score good, or you are able to solve those questions, you are able to practice over those questions, then it really increases your confidence. All right. So for this particular fourth step, what we have done, we have facilitated this fourth step by accumulating all the questions that came in the year 2022 and 2023. So let me explain this to you. So in the past 2 years, there have been 46 shifts of JEE Main. All right. And each shift contains 30 questions. All right. So that's 46 into 30 questions in each subject. So these many questions we have collected and we have distributed these questions chapter wise. All right. And we have put all this in this book that we are telling you right now. We have put it in one book. And so this book enables you to actually go through the questions that have come in the past 2 years in JEE Main exams, and solving these questions will keep you at the relevant level. All right. What makes this content more and more relevant is the fact that normally when you see a previous year question book, they generally contain questions from past 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. All right. But when you are solving such a bulky material, there are two downsides of this. The first downside is that you are not actually practicing the recent trend and the recent level of question. All right. The level of the question, the pattern of the paper, that has changed drastically over the past 6 or 7 years. So when you are solving PYQs that belong to 15 years back, 20 years back, then you're not actually solving the relevant content. That is one drawback. And the second drawback is that the number of questions, if we collect all the questions that have come in the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, the number of questions will become so large that you will not be able to finish the content. All right. Which basically means that you will be shortlisting things to study, to solve. And there goes the recency effect. Like you would want to be practicing on the recent things so that you are able to tackle the recent trends. All right. Because we can expect similar trends to come. All right. So for example, I'll let me explain this by giving an example. Suppose there is one particular concept of gravitation. Let's say we are talking about the escape speed. And there have been, let's say, 30 questions over the past 10 years on escape speed. So books which contain 15 years, 20 years of question, they will probably not include all 30 questions on escape speed. They will probably include only 1 or 2 questions on escape speed because other questions are similar to this. All right. But what we have done here, we have not eliminated any question that have come in the past 2 years. All right. So this gives you a fair idea of the importance of a concept also. For example, in this content, if you come across a question on escape speed, let's say 7 or 8 times, then you will know that this is actually an important concept, that wherever gravitation is being asked, they prefer asking it from escape speed. So the frequency with which the same question is appearing in this material will help you to figure out that this particular concept is important and we should practice it more. And you will get automatic practice because you will be solving all those questions. So that makes these books highly, highly relevant. Detailed solutions are present to each and every question in this book. All right. So again, that is going to help you, because the way you should practice these questions is that when you read a question, you think about the possible steps. All right. What steps should be involved? And then if you're falling short of time, you can just go through the solution. You can check whether whatever steps you have thought, whether they are actually present there or not. This way you will develop the habit of seeing through the solution. Like in exam also, when you see a question, you will be able to think of the possible steps involved in the solution, and you will be able to judge whether you should actually address that question or you should move to the next question. All right. So these are the benefits of this book. All right. And I believe that when you solve these books, you will definitely be benefited. Okay, we have been following the same philosophy. We have been following the same philosophy. What kind of philosophy I'm talking about? The philosophy of giving only the last 2 years of questions to our students. This year also, like last year we did this, last to last year we did this, and the consequence that we got was what we can show you. So the results that we got. Kiran, can we move to the next slide? So these are the results. So you can see that the students securing AIR 59, AIR 91, 168, all these students, they secured these ranks in JEE Main. All right, and they we asked them to follow the same strategy, that instead of solving too many like too far in history questions that came way back, you solve the recent year questions, and that will benefit you. Like that will keep you at the appropriate level. That will not invest too much of your time in irrelevant question, and still you will be able to secure very good marks. All right. So we have collected all these questions and we have put them in these 3 books together. These books are available to be bought on Amazon. You can buy that. The link is given in the description of this session. You can click on that and you can move to that place. All right. A single book will cost you around $5.99. And if you buy the entire bundle, that will cost you around $14.99. So make use of these books, guys. In last few 20 days, it is imperative that you solve these books. And also one thing, that the count of question is pretty appropriate. For example, we are talking about around 1400 questions. All right. So if I consider that I have 20 days left, 1400 questions are there, that makes around 70 questions per day. So that's 70 questions per day is the most appropriate number that you should be solving. It's not too less, it's not too much. All right, this is something that you definitely can do. All right, so we believe that solving this content will definitely help you. Apart from this, you need a test series. All right, like you should be part of some kind of test series which is testing you on a daily basis. You are giving JEE Main pattern papers every day, and ensure that you are giving it in the same slot in which the final exam is going to happen. Like the slot needs to be 9 to 12 in the morning or 3 to 6 in the evening, because your body should adapt to this time frame, because ultimately you will be writing an exam during this period. So you should set your body clock according to this only, so that on the day of the examination you are not feeling lethargic or you are not feeling exhausted. All right, so these are few things that you need to keep in mind. When you are writing the test, you will find areas where you want to improve. Like there will be concepts where you will find that you are lacking right now. So again, you can come back to these books. You can come back to the previous question of those particular chapter, and you can start practicing that. So that will keep you at the relevant level. Whatever questions, whatever chapters you believe that you want to solve, you can come back here and you can solve. So Kiran sir, if the students have any question, like I am going through the chat also, but you can ask student if they want.
Major question is, are these books are useful for even second session, like April session? They're asking for.
Of course, sir. Like if these books are definitely, they are beneficial for both attempts. They are beneficial for the JEE Main this attempt also, and we are pretty sure that whoever, if the students buy this now, all right, many of the student would be able to consume it before JEE Main. Some of them may not be able to consume it at any time, or whatever is the situation. These books will be useful even for the second, like even if we go for second stage. So these books plus the questions that have come in the first shift of this year, all right, this is what the students should target to practice. All right, so definitely they are going to be useful. And one more thing, these books, because we have not made any changes to the questions that came in the past 2 years, it also means that this book will contain questions from the deleted portion also. All right, but since these are chapter wise, student can choose to omit those questions. They need not go through that question. Rather, they should use those questions to practice for JEE Advanced, because those topics are still present in JEE Advanced. So they can use those questions to practice for JEE Advanced also.
So a lot of students actually, they prepare parallelly for BIT side and BIT also, sir, along with JEE Mains also. So if you see the BIT exam are Bitside exam, it is more or less than the JEE
Same only.
mode.
Yeah.
So can they opt for this book, or even they are preparing for
Definitely,
Bitside?
definitely, sir. In BitSat, the number of questions is pretty large and the level of question is pretty low. We need to solve at a brisk pace. We need to maintain our pace to score good in BitSat examination. So again, these questions are going to be very, very helpful. Like practicing on these questions will definitely increase the speed of the student. Like generally, sir, there's a misconception. Generally, students believe that how do we gain speed or how to solve fast in an exam? They try to do the calculations faster. They try to do calculations mentally. All right, but all of this doesn't increase the speed. Rather, it increases the silly mistakes. Speed is increased when we practice at a level which is a little bit higher as compared to the level that will come in the exam. When we practice a little bit more difficult level, then our recall of concept increases. We are able to relate the given information with the sought information easily, and that is where the speed increases. So, so definitely this content is going to help for BitSat also.
Okay, sir. NDA and MCET you use over the Anand. Anand is asking for NDA and MR Gamer is asking for MCET. MCET is like in 1 hour, 1.5 hours, we need to solve 80 questions in maths. Not at all
Okay.
possible. So, but the subject wise, what sir is saying, the content is inside the book is there, no? That content you can use for any national exam, national level exam, like JEE, BitSat, BIT exam, national level exams, wherever you go, you can write it. And sir is also saying that even the deleted syllabus also they have included. Why? Because for advanced that syllabus is not deleted yet. So once you are preparing for advanced, then at least these topics also you can include while preparing for advanced exam. And students, if you have any doubts, ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా కానీ మీరు అడిగేయచ్చు అమ్మా.
So Jayant has a query. He's asking if the last 2 years paper were easy. What if the question comes difficult this time? Jayant, it won't. It won't come.
Yes.
All right. It's operationally, it's very difficult task to change the entire pool of question and replace them with hard questions. So how does this happen? Like there is a pool of question and the software select question to prepare a particular shift. All right. So that pool of question, to replace that pool of question is a big task. So it's not going to happen. Don't worry.
And one more doubt, sir. Majorly 2 doubts the students will ask. One is whether January attempt is better to attempt go for or April, which is easy and which is moderate. They'll ask first, that thing first actually. Daily they put the question.
Sir, I think if I talk about the level of the questions, I think it remains same across. Like it doesn't matter whether it's January shift, February shift. The level remains almost the same. Slight up and down will happen but that will happen in different shift of January attempt also. So there's no major difference. If we are targeting a good percentile in JEE Main in January, like, or let me put it this way, all those students who have eyes on IIT, who want to go to IIT, they should target January attempt of JEE Main very sincerely, because if you score a decent percentile in January itself, then you are free from your JEE Main responsibilities. Now you can totally focus upon JEE Advanced. You will still write the second attempt of JEE Main, but you will probably not devote time to prepare yourself for the second attempt. You will keep on focusing your energies on JEE Advanced, and you will simply go and write the JEE Main second attempt just for the sake of it. All right, and you can take risk also. If you have got decent percentile in JEE Main 1, you can try to go for of 300 marks in JEE Main second attempt. Like you can go for trying your luck also. Like if you're not able to finish the question, you may try random guessing also. Something you are free to take risk then. All right. So students who want to aim for IIT, who are realistically targeting JEE Advanced, they should take January attempt very seriously. Now, students who have this mindset that we are okay with JEE Main only, like there are a bunch of students who believe that JEE Advanced may not be our cup of tea. All right, and we haven't prepared for JEE Advanced for the past 2 years. We were just focusing on JEE Mains only. All right, for you, what you should do, whatever syllabus you feel that you have prepared quite good, consolidate only that part. All right, like identify your strong and weak topics, consolidate your strong topics, go into the first attempt of JEE Main, see how much you score only using those topics. All right, because now before second attempt you will have time to strengthen your weak topics also. So if you have strengthened your weak topics also, now you can expect that whatever you scored in the first attempt of JEE Main, you will score better here. Like you should divide your attempts into 2. the first attempt should be devoted to what you are strong at right now. All right. Based on that, you try to secure maximum percentile. And then between the two attempts, you increase your strong topics by converting your weak topics into your strength. And then your JEE Main second attempt will definitely be better than the first one.
Yes, some more questions, sir. Like regarding the time management, while writing the exam, they are able to cover only two topics, two subjects, and always they try they skip the third subjects. What is the remedy for that? They are asking.
So, sir, here is one important thing to understand here. Like many times, students say that I scored good in physics, I scored good in chemistry, I did not score so good in mathematics. All right, and they consider it as a negative, but we have to first understand whether it's a negative or it's a good thing. For example, many times what happens is that students are apprehensive of mathematics, they're afraid of mathematics, and they end up devoting more time to physics and chemistry, and they devote less time to mathematics. Okay. Now, if you are devoting less time to mathematics, it is but natural that you will obtain less marks in mathematics and more in physics and chemistry. So they said that my physics and chemistry is okay, my maths is poor. But you have to keep in mind that you devoted more time to those two subjects. All right. And therefore, so now the thing is, was it the right thing to devote more time to physics and chemistry and less time to mathematics? So listen, students, listen to this very, very carefully. We have to understand what is happening here. Suppose you devoted 20 minutes extra to physics. Let's consider an example. When I say extra, let's assume that all three subjects were to be given 1 hour. Let's assume for that, although that may not be the right strategy, but for the sake of explanation, let's understand that physics you wanted to give 1 hour, chemistry you wanted to give 1 hour, maths you planned to give it 1 hour, but in the exam you ended up devoting 80 minutes to physics, and you took 20 minutes from mathematics. You devoted 1 hour to chemistry. So now you have taken up 20 minutes of maths into physics. Now in those 20 minutes, if you solved, let's say 5 extra questions of physics, extra mean you were in 1 hour, you were able to manage, let's say 17 questions of physics, you devoted 20 more minutes and you solved 5 questions of physics. All right. Now, if in those 20 minutes you would have solved only 3 questions of mathematics, then you did the right thing. Because the purpose is to optimize our total score. We don't have to focus on from which subject we are fetching the marks. Like we don't have to say that I'm going to fetch equal marks from the 3 subjects. No, I'm going to maximize my total. So I should be spending time on that subject in which my rate of solving is pretty high, in which I take less time to solve a question. If I have questions from that subject that are not done yet and that I can still do, I should continue to do that subject and leave the other subject in which I'm going to go slow. All right, I switch to a subject in which I will be solving question, I will be getting marks, but I will be slow. I will take more time to solve one question. Then you are yourself putting, you are getting behind in the race. Other students. So the whole mindset should be to fetch marks irrespective of whether it is coming from physics, chemistry, or mathematics. You should check whether your overall score improves if you actually focus on 2 subjects and you ignore your weak subject. For example, when you try to fetch score in chemistry, you don't say that, sir, I scored this much from inorganic, this much from physical, and this much from inorganic, or the whatever I mentioned. So you see that I scored this much in chemistry. Similarly, instead of looking at like I scored this much in physics, this much in chemistry, you say that I scored this much in test. This was my total score. Try to increase your total score. See what will happen to your total score if you spend more time on your strong subject. If that is getting up, then it's a good strategy. It's not actually a bad strategy.
You should optimize your time in examination to optimize your marks.
Yeah.
And the last 20 days strategy they are asking for, sir. What should be the preparation strategy for these 20 days?
So,
like
as I said,
as one said that, sir, I can concentrate only on 2 subjects in exam also and while preparing also. So definitely be giving some less time. Is that the good thing for at this time, or he has to give more time for that what he does not know even?
So right now we have to focus on our strength. So if you feel that my subject is not strong, it's better you pay attention to the other 2.
Yes.
You focus on your strength. So I'll remind you, this phase is for consolidation. Whatever is your strength, ensure that you remember each and every concept from your strong topics on the day of the examination. If you try to convert your weak topics into strong topics at this point in time, that will not be the best utilization of time. You will be spending a lot of time on very small portion of the syllabus. All right. So basically, your target marks is very small. Like I'm targeting a chapter. I'm spending day and night making that the chapter a strong point, but only one question will come from that chapter. So what I'm doing, I'm spending hours for 4 marks. That we should not do. When we consolidate our strong areas, we increase our probability of fetching marks. All right. So consolidate. No, don't try to convert your weak topics into strong right now.
So what timing spending, sir? Time spending, how it should be? Which is the best way? Like 50 plus 50 plus 50 minutes, or
No, personally, what I feel is that you should divide your 3 hours into 45 minutes, so into 4 slots of 45 minutes. 45, you try one subject, try to find easier questions. And if you are done finding easier question before 45 minutes, move to the next chapter, move to the next subject. And if you feel that 45 minutes are over and you were still going through the questions only, you haven't covered all the questions, no problem. You move to the next subject. See, now attempt this next subject. Again, if you are able to finish it within 45 minutes, well and good. When I say finish, I'm talking about looking for the easier questions. Like look for the easier question, attempt that. You think that this question is going to take time, skip that. All right. So this process is over within 45 minutes. Move to the next chapter, next subject. If it is not over, still move to the next subject after 45 minutes. Do the same thing with the third subject till 45 minutes. Now you have 45 minutes left. Okay. Now you think in which subject I was able to solve at a brisk pace. Like in which subject I was able to solve most number of questions. You come back to that subject and start solving that. Like so, basically, what is the philosophy here? Many times when we go out of the examination hall, when we discuss it with our friends, we discover that okay, we spent time on chemistry, but physics was on the easier side. It would have been so good if we would have spent time on physics instead of. So this feedback that you get from external sources after the exam. All right, what if you get this feedback during the exam? And during the exam, you can get the feedback only from yourself, right? So you attempt the 3 subject, you ask yourself, which one did you find the most easiest? And then you try to boost your score by attempting that one. All right, so this is the philosophy, like 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes. I will be in the race. Last 45 minutes, I will accelerate. That's the whole philosophy that I personally would follow if I were a student.
sir, last question, sir. Why? Because we are running out of the time. I think you may have some other thing also. So for last these 20 days, so how should be the preparation must be, even for the 12th class or even for the dropper also. That what the what way like theory
Yeah.
part or PYQs or
So
what tests are.
step one is identification. So are we connected?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay. So step one would be the identification of strong and weak areas. Whatever is your weak areas, ignore them for now. Like ignore them till the time you are able to revise your strong areas completely. If the revision is done, then we can start picking one weak area at a time. But until that is done, ignore your weak area. So now I have a list of my strong areas in front of me. I will start revising these strong topics. How will I revise? Notes, class examples, doubts, fresh questions, preferably PYQs of the last 2 years. These 4 steps you do and you move to the next topic. Once you have exhausted your list of strong topics like this, then you pick one weak topic, not too many, one weak topic and start practicing it via PYQ of the 2 years. Okay. If you are able to finish that chapter, that whatever weak chapter was, then move to the next weak topic. So whatever weak areas you are now practicing is a bonus. So you get 1, you get 2, you get 3, that's a bonus. The entire energy or focus should be on to consolidate the strong one. So I'm repeating, identify strong topic, weak topic, put the entire syllabus in front of you and divide them like these are my strong topics, these are my weak topics. Weak topics to be ignored, strong topics to be revised. 4 steps involved in revision: class notes, class examples, doubts, fresh questions in terms of PYQs of the 2 years. So this thing done for chapter 1, go for chapter 2, then chapter 3, then chapter 4. All these strong topics are exhausted. Pick one weak topic and start solving PYQ of that. If there is no time left, that's okay. You have consolidated your strong topics. Your marks would have increased. Whatever you are scoring right now, you would start scoring better than that.
Once this assessment, sir, while preparation for their assessment and this thing. So how many tests they need to give, like weekly?
from this time onward, every day one test is a must. Every day one test they should definitely do. Anything less than that, so when we are giving one test per day, so that's 3 hours that they will spend doing the test. Around 2 to 3 hours they can spend analyzing the test, and whatever weakness they discover in the test, they can just whatever weakness in their strong areas, like I identified chapter 1, chapter 2 as my strong areas, still I got the question incorrect, so maybe I want to practice it more, I'll go to PYQ booklet, I'll solve.
So how many hours you will suggest, sir, from today, from tomorrow, if you say, how many hours minimum they have to spend actually?
10 is minimum that you should spend here. Like your cumulative study hours has to be more than 10. Like this includes classes also, this includes a revision also, practice also. All right, it has to be more than 10, guys.
So minimum you are saying 10 only.
Yes.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for your valuable suggestions and everything. So just after invitation, you came here and you gave very good suggestions to all of our students, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me here. Thank you. And bye-bye, students. You all take care. Prepare very well. All the best, guys. All right. Make use of this book very efficiently. It's going to boost your score a lot. So I'll keep seeing you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, students. Bye, everyone. సో ఈ వీడియోని మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరూ కూడా షేర్ చేయండి, సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి ఛానల్ని. అండ్ కింద లింక్ ఇచ్చాను డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో లింక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సింగిల్ బుక్ లింక్ ఉంది, లేదా 3 books కూడా మీరు ఎట్ ఏ టైం పర్చేజ్ చేయొచ్చు. డైరెక్ట్గా అమెజాన్ లింక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అమెజాన్లోనే పర్చేజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. మీరు ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. అడుగుతున్నారు స్టూడెంట్ 2025కి JEE 2025కి ఏమైనా యూజ్ అవుతుందా అంటే ఏ క్లాస్గా యూజ్ అవుతుంది, ఎందుకంటే ఇందులో 2022, 2023 పేపర్స్ యొక్క అనాలిసిస్ కూడా మొత్తం ఉంది కాబట్టి మీకు ఈజీగా 2025 స్టూడెంట్స్ కూడా ఇది యూజ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇప్పటి నుంచే మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే ఇంకా బాగుంటుందని నేను అనుకుంటున్నా. సో కంపల్సరీగా ఒక బుక్ ఉండాలి కాబట్టి ఆ బుక్ కూడా ఎవరైతే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు రాసిన బుక్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది చదివితేనే మనకి బాగా యూజ్ ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వై, సో టేక్ యువర్ డెసిషన్ అండ్ కింద లింక్ ఉంది డిస్క్రిప్షన్ లో, సో దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి తీసేసుకోండి. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. బాయ్ ఎవ్రీవన్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.